Hello, and welcome to another episode of AIMBOT, where I look at random stuff on the internet and we decide who's right, who's wrong, who's good, who's bad, who's terrible. Today I wanted to go through just one thing before I do start the stream aimbotting. The whole idea that I had, and I told a couple of people this, but I did want to like do something on it, was that there was some news from my country, and I want to share that with you, and I want to sort of emphasize how big a deal this is. And let me grab my other screen here. But so what's basically happened is that in New South Wales we have a the gay Mardi Gras, right? So this is the gay and lesbian Mardi Gras. It's been running since 1978, and it's a massive deal. It's been going a while, and this is sort of the history of it, that people were originally arrested for simply being out in the world and just sort of being gay, essentially. It's people got arrested, people got put away. It was against the law to be out in the public and gay, which is insane when you say it now, but that's what's happened. That's a guy getting arrested in 1978 for simply attending the gay Mardi Gras, just attending, which is insane when you look back at it now. But it sort of started from Stonewall, which was essentially a riot, sort of in the 1960s, that sort of people started to fight back against being arrested. And the Stonewall riots was really significant here at the Stonewall Inn. And the history of protests and civil disobedience that the gay community have had, that sort of built up to the current LGBTQI. Now, I do want to make clear that this channel is an ally. I'm an ally. My wife's an ally. If you don't like it, tough. Just tough. I don't care what you like. We will always stand by communities that are doing nothing wrong. And so I want to celebrate that this week. This is the Prime Minister of Australia attending. One part of me says it's fantastic that the Prime Minister is attending, the first Prime Minister to attend the Sydney Mardi Gras, at the gay and lesbian Mardi Gras is great. What took so long? Like, seriously, there's nothing, this is just, people having fun. This is just a celebration of people in our community. Why is it that you have a parade with Disney characters? It's horrible. You have a parade with with the gay community. Well, yeah, you have a parade with Disney. It's great. You have a parade with gay people. It's horrible. Why? This is the kind of thing that people do. It's just a celebration. But the reason why it's so huge is oh, hello Nana. Oh, hi Jason and Skywatcher. Yeah, no, Skywatcher, I'd love to see the gay Mardi Gras. It's become sort of a Sydney event, and sort of one of the biggest events in Australia. But sort of if the Prime Minister or President, if you're in America, if the President goes to something, it is significant. Like, think about if the President goes to a KKK rally, right? That's significant. If the President goes to somewhere else, that's significant. It is hugely significant that the Prime Minister has turned up to the game Mardi Gras and participated in it, and sort of said, "This is a celebration of modern Australia." Yes, yes, it is. Like, welcome to the 21st century, people. There's nothing wrong with this. Um, Penny Wong is the first openly gay female in Australia's party, in Australian Parliament. Cool. That's awesome. It's great, and she is amazing. Um, yeah, so Barnaby Joyce, if people don't know, this is the guy that's criticizing it. Barnaby Joyce is the guy, if you don't remember, that threatened to kill Johnny Depp's dogs if he didn't come and pick them up. He is a tool. He is a colossal tool, like an absolute idiot, and also cheated on his wife. Yeah, so and sort of shacked up with another family. Yeah, this is the guy making moral statements about the prime minister attending this. He should have. He's going to a party when instead he should be dealing with a crime crisis. What an idiot! What an idiot! But this is the significant thing. Also, all the parties sent people to show their support, which is just awesome, and I'm really pleased about it. And I think it's great. It's just fantastic. So, and this is how it used to be in 1978. So, sort of, just over 30 years later, it's fantastic to see. It's so good. But apart from that, I'm so glad you're here, Big Bad Mama. I really want to find out how your thing went, your our bet went. If for those who don't remember, I had a bet with Big Bad Mama that they couldn't get a um a am I the arsehole post to the top of Reddit. Do we know how that went? I know you sent me something via email. Let's check on that while I'm at it and see how it went. Let's see. Sorry about this. I really don't want to reveal people's emails to everybody, so I'm just being very, very cautious. So I know I've got it somewhere. There we go. Okay. So here we go. Yeah. So, as Big Bad Mama says, I failed to reach the top. Yes, yes, you did. You got 44. Look. I'll give you that one. I'll hand you a charity there, BBM, just because I love you. I'm gonna upvote. There you go. You did fail to reach that. Look, it was a good effort though, and it was a good story. But yeah, nobody bit. I'm afraid. No, nobody bit. So that's Big Bad Mama's effort. She got he got 45 upvotes. I don't think you reached the 3,000 or so that other people did, but it was a good effort. It was a good effort. I did like the story. People were caring. People commented on it and said, oh, look, no problem, Jason. I'm just glad you're here with me and celebrating. Um, Yeah, it was realistic, and you did get some good comments, but you failed to capture the imagination of Reddit, like which was you said was going to be so easy. I'm sorry, I'm just rubbing it in now. You said it would be easy, and you could make one up that make it to the top. I just slightly shy of that top place, by about 2,000 or so. Just slightly. So what are we doing? What are we doing here? For anybody joining us for the first time, basically we are going through Reddit's "Am I the Asshole" post. We're going to be, just sort of making a designation on who's good, who's bad, who's in the right, who's in the wrong. I'm gonna get organized with the thingo, the polls. Yeah, you know what? I should have a producer to do this. Look, if you want to produce my show for free, that would be great. And it is. Hang on, I'm just gonna. It is getting hot over here, like really hot. It's insane. Um, I really should get better at talking while I'm typing. I used to have this skill of being able to talk and type at the same time. It's been a while since I've had to put it into practice, sort of talking to people and doing notes on the keyboard at the same time. Um, I really have to start it back up again because it is really, really helpful. When I do make notes, like in debates and stuff, I'm usually actually writing notes down. And there's a very specific reason I do that. It's because like a lot of people just oh, you're successful in your own mind. Well, BBM, look, this is no reflection on you. People suck. You gotta. It's not your fault. Not your fault. Okay, that'll do. Yeah, so the reason why I write notes instead of typing notes is because I can actually use like diagrams, like I can circle stuff, point arrows to stuff. Really helps. Really helps. But let's get aimbotting. Who's morally bankrupt here? Who's morally bankrupt? And if you don't know, I've never seen these before. This is the first time I've even looked at them. It's sort of completely random what we get. We're just taking the top ones and going from there, and then making a choice. It's good to have you with me. I've got my coffee. I've got my Reddit. It's going to be great. So, hmm, yeah, it's going to be fantastic. Am I the asshole for paying my bio daughter's wedding, but not my stepdaughter's because how she acts and treats me? Yeah, probably. I guess a little. Um, throw what? Throw what? Uh, throw a. For context, I, 56 male, boomer, have been married to my wife, 57 female, for 25 years. We have a daughter together, April, 24 female, and Lisa only has a daughter, Carly, 33 female. Are these real names? Probably. With her ex-husband, Doug, 60-ish male. Lisa had divorced Doug when Carly was only 6 or 7 because he had addiction problems and refused to seek treatment for it and essentially couldn't hold down a job or help provide for the family. I met Lisa soon after and we got married and she had full custody of Carly, so they both moved to my house at the time. Well, for a start, like, okay, so it's really sad this Doug guy. Like, I get, like, addiction's no joke. Like, it is no joke. I sort of see it as an illness rather than something that you're just doing for fun. It is addiction isn't something that people do because they're just lazy or just wanna do it. Usually, most sort of serious addicts you see hate that they're addicts. It's a really weird thing, and not just the substance doesn't matter. It can be alcohol, it can be smoking, can be cigarettes, it can be almost anything. It doesn't really matter what it is. I met Lisa soon afterwards. We got married. She had full custody of Carly, so they both into my house at the time. I have always seen Carly as my own granddaughter and always wished her to be an additional male figure in her life after her own father. But she always saw me as the man who replaced her dad and took them away from him. Uh, yeah, soon after. Yeah, okay. As someone who came from divorced parents myself, I completely understand why she felt this way and respected that she wanted space and boundaries from me. So I never pushed anything beyond just a friendship between us and never forced a father daughter relationship. Well, that's kind of nice of him. That's yeah, I guess. With this, I always tried my best to show up to her school events with her mum, paid for college, including her in all of my family gatherings, etc. But once Lisa and I had our first child in April, Carly was extremely resentful of April and thought April was here to replace her the way I replaced her dad. How old is this? This is a 33-year-old? What? Okay. I mean, that was what, 6 9 years ago, when you're dude, this is your life story. This isn't like just a post. This is your entire life. I mean, holy crap. um okay. But once Lisa, yeah, she was extremely resentful. She would often bully April when they were kids, and we had to put both of them in therapy to finally work things out. Yeah, it sounds like Carly needs therapy. Yeah, she's obviously got abandonment issues, dude. Yeah, totally. And it's not surprising. I mean, you can't blame someone for having abandonment issues when their dad abandons them at 6 years old, even if it is for addiction. Like, I feel for the dad for being addicted, but I do feel for the girl for being abandoned by her father to substance. That's horrible. Hello, Krish. Welcome to the stream. Now they're both adults and have their own lives. Yeah, that was insane. But Carly continues to take digs at April whenever she has the chance, compares herself to April, talks down to her, etc. And now this is getting to their weddings. April got married last year, and I paid for the whole thing as she is my daughter. Carly recently got engaged, and I offered to help pay for the wedding, which she gladly accepted. And the planning was seemingly going well until she showed her mum the guest list, and April and I were nowhere to be found. What? What? Uh, what? Carly said she didn't feel close enough with April and I to include us in the big day, which I respect and understand. But she's not close enough to invite me to her wedding, yet she's okay with me to want to fund the entire event. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah. No. This is when I told her I won't be paying for it anymore. It's not a huge issue that I'm treating her like she isn't my daughter, showing favoritism to April. It's not fair, etc. I have done nothing but try and build relationships with her for 25 years, but she clearly doesn't want one except for when I'm financially benefiting her. Yeah, I kind of, I didn't mind this when she was a kid, but it was my responsibility to provide for her. But I'm so sick of this now she's older. Yeah, no, I'm going to say not the asshole, man. If you're paying for a wedding, yeah, it's good to see you too, Krish. It's good to see you too. If you're paying for somebody's wedding and you're not invited, like you're their stepdad, I like seriously, what the actual uh yeah, uh, I put myself in his shoes. If I was him, like it would make me sad that she doesn't want a relationship. That's sad. But if I pay for half the wedding and she doesn't invite me, what the hell? Like seriously, she doesn't feel close enough. Wow. 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 Yeah, you're definitely not the asshole in that situation, mate. Uh yeah. I look, throw it account, throw it a you you are just yeah. Man, I kind of feel for everybody concerned. I mean, that is kind of sad, that the whole situation's sad. It's kind of, obviously, I don't know. I don't really know what her problem is. Like, she has abandonment issues, or she's resents them still. I think that there's sort of extra problems there, that sort of, yeah, they need to resolve. But sort of, just, is it maybe okay? So is it maybe her biological father's coming and she's not, like, she wants him there and not the other. Maybe that would be my guess. Um, that would be my only guess that I could see. But I mean, you're talking after, like, he's been with her for what? Um, geez, like, what is it? 9 years? Like, freaking, they've been like together for over 40 years. Like, seriously, it's time to put aside your differences and just say, hey, I'm a biological father, but you raised her essentially. I mean, come on. Um, I mean, I just feel bad for him, to be honest with you. I really do. And it sucks that he's been trying so hard. I mean, how do you connect with somebody that doesn't want to be connected with? How do you do that, especially when they resent your daughter? That's rough. That is rough. Hello, Kayam. I hope I'm pronouncing that okay. I usually pronounce things very badly, so we'll keep the tradition going and pronounce everybody's name badly, especially Bagad Badad Mama. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Let's see what Reddit says. Reddit is going to support this guy. I guarantee it. Hello, you didn't want to replace her dad, so didn't feel right taking his responsibility. Yeah, yeah. My wife is extremely upset, but she doesn't want to take sides at the risk of losing her own relationship with Carly. Oh, come on. Like, I get what you're saying. Like, but if somebody's going to terminate your relationship for saying, "Hey, your stepfather does actually have a point there," like he paid for like the wedding and then you didn't invite him. Oh, hello, Randolph. It's good to see you. Um, by not saying, yeah, yeah, okay, okay, not the asshole. Yes, you're just an ATM to Carly. Yeah, I don't think you can say that, Disney Addict 2021. I don't think you can reasonably say that. Like, I that may be true, but it may not be true. You don't know that. Yeah, everyone's a psychic. Everyone's psychic. Look, it may just be that she's got the biological father there and doesn't want the other, the stepfather, for some reason. It really does sound like Carly's got some sort of some latent issues, um, with sort of being replaced or abandoned. Not the arsehole. How is that even a question? Yeah, I'm kind of with you, popular era. I'm kind of with you. He's in her life. Yeah, there you go. But never consistently and never provided for it. Yeah, I think that you know um if she wants a relationship with a biological father, that's cool. That's cool. Look, if you've got a biological father and a stepfather, nothing says you've got to have a relationship with either of them, right? There's nothing that says that. But at the same time, um, you can't not be a stepdaughter or a biological daughter to somebody and then expect them to be a stepdad or a biological dad. That just is, it's not kind of fair. Um, but yeah, she's 30. Yeah. and the wife doesn't want to start drama. Yeah, the wife's in a difficult position because she's obviously, like, when you've got a child with somebody else, like there's another person in there, someone you're divorced from, it's hard to um it's hard to say what you really think sometimes, because um um it's hard to sort of say what you think sometimes, because you've got another person to take into consideration. Is Doug is the biological father. Is Doug able and willing to pay for the wedding? Doug unfortunately has no money to contribute towards the wedding. He has never financially provided for Carly. I assume he is invited and walking down the aisle. Yep. Wow, that's super disrespectful of Carly. I don't know. I think, obviously her heart is with her biological father, and you can't really. I totally feel for the stepfather, but you can't say to your child, "Hey, you're not allowed to treat your biological father as the main father." That's up to the kid. But yeah, sure, don't pay for the wedding though. I mean, holy crap. Yeah, I'm gonna come down. I'm not the asshole here. Fuck to the no. Okay, yeah, that's kind of was my reaction, to be honest with you. The audacity of her thinking you should pay for a wedding you aren't been invited to is astounding. Yeah, it kind of is. Like, what does she think you have done that you need to pay for a wedding to make up for it? Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. The only thing I can think of that would justify this is if this guy, the poster, did something absolutely horrible to her. That's the only reason why I could think that that's even appropriate. But even then, it really stretches the limits of sort of your credibility if you're expecting someone to pay for a wedding and then don't invite them. All right, so apparently everyone is horrible. Uh, that's what the poll says. So, okay, okay. I don't even understand my audience anymore. Really, really, what did this guy do that was wrong? Okay, okay, sure, sure. I'm not even going to ask anymore. I don't know what you people are smoking. I have no idea. Move on to the next one, I guess. What did the guy do? If someone could tell me that someone, like, whoever voted everyone is horrible, what the guy did that was so horrible. Good neighbor. Am I the asshole for refusing to help my neighbor and her two young children when their wipers were frozen? Is this a thing? Is this a thing? Frozen wipers? Can someone tell me, is this a thing? In Canada? I, 59 male, live on a major city in Ontario, Canada. I live in a small subdivision and have 5 neighbors total on my street. For the past few years during the winter, we're getting a lot of snow or bad storms, and as I'm leaving for my overnight shift around 8 to 9 p.m., I'll put my wife's windshield wipers on her car and do a quick walk around my other 5 neighbors and put their windshield wipers up on their cars. Obviously, not if they're outside or something, but it looks like if they're in for the night. What my wife jumped up on a car and put their windshield wipers up on their car, just pull them out. Is that I this is weird behavior. Many of them forget to do this, as many of them have children. It typically slips their mind, and their wipers will be frozen to their car in the morning. Is this a thing that happens? It's just something nice I like to do to look out for my neighbors. They're always grateful of this and thank me for it. Many of them started doing it too, and there'll be nights where I'll forget to put mine. My wife's up in the morning, and one of my neighbors has done it for us. Well, that's very nice. Anyway, recently one of our neighbors moved and a new family moved in as of last week. It's a young couple and their two young children. The other night I was leaving for my overnight shift at about 9 p.m. So I mean, I got to say, just first off, like putting windscreen wipers up so your windscreen wipers won't get frozen to help your neighbors is like the most Canadian thing I've ever heard in my entire life, quite frankly. That is so nice and so cold. It just screams Canadian. It really does. But I've never had a problem with my windscreen. I mean, I'm in Australia. Windscreen wipers getting frozen is not something that we overly concern ourselves about. Um, is this then something that happens? Hello, Hillary's emails. Okay, well, I was kind of, I was kind of thinking I would like to watch that, but obviously not. Apparently, isn't that sort of Sal Cordova and stuff? I don't know. Is it a bit of a garbage fire? I know that Leo's in it, and he can get quite riled up at times. Um, I know because I've gotten quite riled up at him at times. He can be a bit. Who's the other person? Is it Grayson? Is it Grayson in there? Grayson's usually pretty chill. He can get a bit snippy at times, but he's usually pretty chill. But I know Sal can get very upset if people question his credibility, like his academic sort of credentials. He can get very, very upset. So yeah. Oh, Brie has Miss Lemon on. Oh, I like Miss Lemon. Wow. All right. Well, I mean, I might earn this early then, and then we can raid Bree's channel. How does that sound, Jason? We'll do a good old fashioned raid. How does that sound? Um, yeah, okay, so one of our neighbors moved. It's a young couple, two young children. The other night, leaving overnight shift. It's snowing really heavy. Supposed to be getting only 30 centimeters of snow. Wow, all right. It was freezing out, so I put my wife's wipers up and did my usual quick walk around for the other neighbors. I was hesitant when I reached my new neighbor's house. I've only introduced myself once, but did it anyway. As I was putting the second wiper up on their pickup truck, the husband came charging out of his front door, yelling, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing to my truck?" I tried to explain to him I was just putting his wipers up to help him. He continued to scream at me and say, "Get the hell off my property and don't touch my shit again." The wife then came out and started yelling at me too. Oh my God, this is turning into like a domestic in the burbs, right? I apologized and started walking away. No, look, this is the Canadian thing to do. Some of my other neighbors heard the commotion and came outside to see what was happening. They tried explaining to him too, that's just something we do. Both of them wasn't having it. They weren't accepting it. No wiper interference from you, sir. You, sir, do not get to interfere with people's wipers. Fast forward to this morning, I'm arriving home from my overnight shift and I'm walking in. I see the wife of this couple struggling to break the ice off the windshield wipers of the truck. Yes, she was trying to take her kids to school and the wipers were frozen solid onto the car. She sees me and yells over, "Hey there, do you mind giving me a hand, please?" I look over to her and yell back, "No, sorry, I thought I was never to touch your shit again, ma'am," and then walked back inside. She yelled back at me, "Wow, arsehole." Told my wife about this. She thinks I should have helped her because she was just trying to get her kids to school. I disagree as I was following what they told me. Am I the arsehole? Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. That they might deserve that level of arseholery, but yeah, a little bit. You could help them and explain to them, hey, that's what I was doing last night, was actually trying to prevent this from happening. You can prevent it from by putting your wipers up. And that's what I was trying to do. If you could explain that to your husband, that would be great. But it is, I mean, I think they're being assholes as well. Absolutely. I mean, Big Bad Mama said he's the asshole, shouldn't touching other people's property regardless of intentions unless he gets their permission, which he didn't. Oh, look, Big Bad Mama, he's trying to be a nice person, and you know he's doing the Canadian thing. It was his Canadian responsibility to help his neighbors, and he did say that he was like he did say that he was nervous about it because he hadn't really met them before. I don't know. I think that he was trying to be nice, you know? Like, do you need someone's permission to be nice to them? Do you need someone's permission to do something to help them? Is that what we're saying? If someone falls over in the street, do you need their permission to help them up? Do you need their like if someone's falling and you catch them, do you need their permission to touch them? Is that what we're saying now? Is that what the level of our society's gotten to? You need somebody's permission to help them. Is that you need permission to touch their property? Well, yeah, yeah. I see where you're coming from, but still, I just think he was an asshole for not helping them. Quite frankly, he could have helped them and educated them at the same time. And it would have been satisfaction to say, hey, this could have been avoided if you just let me lift your wipers up. Could have all been avoided. You know, Nana blames Canada. Yeah, be polite and kind and say sorry lots, please. Yeah, no, I get you. You know what? I think that Canadians are wonderful. I think they're such polite. I've really loved every Canadian I've met, and Randolph is the best of them. He is the most nicest guy you could ever hope to meet. Not the asshole refusing to help. This is a great example of malicious compliance. Yeah, yeah, and petty revenge. Yeah, it is petty. It's very petty. Malicious compliance. Yeah. These new numbers are making a bad first impression on everyone. Yeah. After the OP tender down the I don't get being like, I don't look. I think everyone's being an asshole in this situation. The people, like, why are you angry that people won't help you? Like, I'm very thankful when people do help me, but nobody has you don't have the right to say, hey, if you don't help me, you're an asshole, kind of thing. That's not cool. No, look, Big Bad Mama, the rules of this are perfectly clear. We take the thing as read. Stop inserting your own narrative into the things. Oh, hello, Kata. It's so good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I know that you've been away for a bit and sort of, I hope everything's well. I really do. You're my favorite bug in over there. So it's so good to see you. Look, Randolph has always been kind to everybody. Randolph's the only person I've seen get into a conversation with Darth Dawkins and still be nice to him at the end of it. Like, quite frankly, that's insane. That's insane. That's not a normal human. He is inhumanly kind. Inhumanly kind. Avoid or do not interact. Yeah, that's a fair point. What do you think you're doing? Put the wipers up so they don't freeze. I'm saying, oh, of course, thanks. Well, I mean, I don't live in Canada, but I presume that is a thing over there. I presume that is a thing. Um, yeah, you're out screaming and swearing. Yeah, I understand if they just saw a random person touching their vehicle and freaking out, but once you explain the neighbors, it also explained. Not the other. This sub really uses the phrase "fuck around and find out." Yeah, absolutely. Kind of. Yeah. I don't know. He's still look. He's still being the asshole. They probably deserve it, but oh, no problem, Kata. No problem at all. Much love, Kata. No problem at all. You do you. You do you, Bug. You do you. Where did they move from? America. They moved here from Montreal. Okay, I don't. They're from Montreal and haven't learnt to deal with ice. I thought all Canadians were supposed to be nice. Yeah, most Canadians are nice. All the anger gets transferred to the geese. Okay, that's geese. Right. And so I assume that the geese are a problem. Hi, Buster. How you doing? I assume the Canadian geese are a problem. Oh, look, if it was me and somebody was like, um, yeah, no, Randolph, this is not a problem that I've ever seen before, quite frankly. But I mean, I've never seen snow before in real life, so there's that. Um, I I think that if it was me, I would just sort of recognize my neighbor and go, oh, thanks. That's something that I didn't know. Man, if I moved to Canada and I didn't know that my wipers could freeze to my car and somebody was trying to help me with it, I think I would be very, very, very grateful to them. What do you guys think? Non-Chevestate. It destroys the wipers when you pull them off like that and ruins the edges. So what do you do? Um, oh, look, BBM, I would be happy about that, quite frankly. Why would I be angry about somebody like Ninja mowing my lawn? Like they did a bad job, like, and it was all screwed up, then yeah. But if they did a good job, why would I be angry about that? I don't understand. Uh yeah, okay. You can show me all the snow, Randolph. You can show me all the snow. Absolutely. I yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'd be angry about that. I just don't. I hate gardening. I hate it. So I wouldn't have a problem. I honestly wouldn't have a problem. I'd be like, whoever mowed my lawn is a saint, and that's fine. What if they went into your garage and used your mower? Well, as long as nothing's missing, I guess. But yeah, that would be a bit weirder. But I mean, he's not going in their house, Big Bad Mama. I think you're making sort of a false analogy here, kind of thing, because they're not going in his house and like bringing out stuff. I would imagine if your wipers ever stuck to your car, you could probably use boiling water or hot water to like get it off, kind of thing, right? Is that what you do? I don't know. I'm not an ice and snow person. I'm not an ice and snow person. Um, I really am not. You know, funnily enough, I'm not an ice and snow person. Update? Do you want to do the update? Do you want to do the update? Sure. Why not? Why not? Oh, where's the poll? What do you guys think? Were you guys being silly again? Posters should check themselves. Why do I feel like Big Bad Mama voted 7 times? Why do I feel like that? Yes, but no, Big Bad Mama's not doing a good comparison. All he did was lift their wipers. That's it. He didn't damage their car. He didn't do anything bad. He just lifted their wipers. It's a terrible analogy. I'm not did come there vindicated. Okay, so this one, everyone found my asshole. I 47 male, have a stepson, 16 male, who for the purposes of this post will call T. Why do you have to hide their first name? Like if you give the name Tyler, it's giving away too much information or something. Like what the hell? Who is this guy? James Bond? He's like, no, if it's 16-year-old called Tyler, they'll know what I'm talking about. You know, if they know his name's Thomas, it's too much information. Dude. Ugh. Okay, so T Ice, we'll call him no, we will call him Ice T, because that beautifully ties in the last one and this one. He is now Ice T. Who for the purpose of this post will call Ice T. I've been married to my wife, 48 female, for 2 years and have 2 daughters, 7 female and 9 female, with my ex. Okay. Since the day I moved into my house, he has been nothing but no. Since the day Ice T moved into my house, he has been nothing but disrespectful. I understand the change, especially change is drastic. Moving, getting new siblings, new parent is hard for a kid, but some of the stuff he does just crosses a line. For example, I transferred him to a really great private high school when he moved in because I want him to have the best opportunities. Yeah, he might not see it that way, sir. He might see it as, not where he wants to be. He always complains that he doesn't like his new classmates, that the school is too far away. It's 15 minutes further than his old school, which is practically nothing. Yeah, not to a teenager. It depends how he's getting there, mate. And he doesn't like the environment. He doesn't understand that later he will thank me for this. I would have killed an opportunity like this at his age. Then you go to the freaking school. If you like it so much, you go there. I am uncaringly incorrect, Ice T. Look, if he's gonna, yeah, no, I don't care. I don't care how you pronounce it. I really don't. And anyway, wasn't Ice T a rapper? Your logic makes Wesley look like Richard Dawkins. Okay. Um, additionally, he always breaks the rules we have set in place. I have asked him to surrender his phone to the living room, surrender his phone to the living room at 9 p.m. to have some family time, but he says he wants to talk to his old friends. Wow, you're being a dick. He constantly claims not to like the food his mother or I make, even when he hasn't tried it. His mother and I try to have a date night once or twice a week, and he always claims he is too busy to watch his stepsisters. We have asked him repeatedly for the password. The password to his social media accounts? He's 16. At 16, would you be cool with giving over your passwords to your parents? I'm sick of the disrespect in my own house. What the fuck? So this isn't a kid who's like running away and, keying your car or throwing stuff everywhere. He's just complaining about stuff. Wow. Either he starts treating me with respect and listening to me, or he can find somewhere else to live. At 16? Wow, you're a dick. Obviously, I wouldn't really kick him out. But I hope this scares some sense into him. So you told him he's either going to respect you or you're going to kick this 16-year-old out to the street. And you can't understand why you're an asshole. My wife, however, said I took it too far and need to apologize and tell him I wasn't serious. I feel like this will undermine authority, though. Yeah, you're a complete cock. You are the rooster. Your cockage is large and impressive, and that's not a good thing. Look, you've basically made this ultimatum to a 16-year-old that you're going to put him on the street if he doesn't hand over his social media passwords and give up his phone at 9 p.m. to have family time. Holy shit, this guy's he is off his rocker. Okay, so the update is a little more than a year ago, I asked for advice on how to deal with my stepson. I was ripped to shreds in the comments, and deservedly so. For those who haven't read the post, I didn't feel like my stepson was respecting my authority, and I imposed overly strict rules upon him. I've had a few people ask for an update, but first I want to clear up one thing. Many people assumed I took an underprivileged kid and put him in a school of rich kids. That couldn't be further from the truth. Before we married, he and his mother were very well off. We both have really well-paying jobs. The only reason he was in a public school is because the schools in my area are really great. The only reason he was switched to a private school is because it is a STEM school, and I thought that would be beneficial to him. You know, you're basically saying, hey, you have to switch schools because I think it's beneficial. Now, on the update, after reading the comments telling me of how horrible a stepfather I was, I felt sick. This may seem unbelievable, but I was genuinely trying to do the right thing by him, and I was beside myself, realizing I did more harm than good. My stepson never knew his father, and I jumped at the chance to have that special father-son bond with him. So you threatened to throw him out? Dude. What the hell? Yeah, nothing says I love you, son, like threatening to put you on the street at 16. You ass. I eased up on many of the restrictions I placed. He no longer has surrender his phone, and while we do still have family time, it's about once a week instead of every night. Yeah, good. That's more reasonable. He no longer has a bedtime while his mum follows him on his socials. I do not. I no longer demand passwords to anything. The only time I have asked him to babysit is in the case of emergencies, but surprisingly, now that I've stopped, he's been offering to babysit every once in a while. See, look at that. Okay, look at that. You've basically stopped demanding it from him, and he's basically offered to babysit. This is respect goes both ways, sir. If you don't respect him as a young adult, he's not going to respect you. Now that you've started to respect him, he's started to respect you. This is reciprocation. As for the school issue, he is still at the school we switched him to too. We had many long talks about this issue, and he ultimately decided to finish out his high school career at the school because while he missed his friends, he was able to recognize his school offered him the best opportunity to get into college he really wants to attend. Since all of this, the relationship between my stepson and myself has drastically improved. For his 17th birthday, we offered to get him a car. He and I had a really nice time picking out the right one. I've taken him to a few basketball games, which he loves, and I've enjoyed learning about the sport from him. He actually got a girlfriend and came to me for advice about dating, which is not something that would have happened before. I will say this: I am blessed with an incredibly smart, kind, compassionate stepson. Other kids might not have been so forgiving, and rightfully so. I urge other step parents to really listen to their stepchild instead of automatically trying to take over. You might not be as lucky as I was. Yeah, well, yeah. I like this. I hope this isn't just some um, nervous accomplice. I hope this isn't a troll. Am I the asshole? Did good? What? Reddit did something good. Look, we've got to just for a moment um, sit and marvel at the idea that Reddit actually benefited humanity in some way. I'm as stunned as you, quite frankly. I'm as stunned as you. Ice-T had the hit tune. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. I'm old. I'm old too, Buster. I get you, mate. Ice-T did have 99 problems. Oh, hi, Maya. I'm sorry I didn't see you there. It's always a pleasure to see you. Always wonderful is Maya. Look, yeah, I mean, I'm stunned and aghast. I am stunned and aghast. Reddit helped somebody, actually helped somebody. That's good. I'm happy about that. I really am. I hope it's not a troll or anything, but yeah. Award. Is there a award for? Oh, I've got no credit. Yeah, I got zero credit. I don't know why I'm even trying. No, it's a song, Krish. It's just a song. Buster ain't starting nothing. Trust me. It's like 99 problems and the ain't one. You don't remember that? Okay. Substantial draw. Am I the asshole for saying I don't want to die when a girl said she could spot me? Oh, oh no. Oh no. Earlier today, I was benching in my school's gym. I don't want to go Tuesdays, but I was going to throw in some more work throughout the week. There really wasn't anybody I know for real when I was up there, so I needed a spot. I just called up from no one in particular asking for a spot. The first person to say something is this girl, who I knew would be no help. Not a beat after she finishes saying she can spot me, I say, I'm not trying to die today. She had this offended look on her face, and I was like, "Can you deadlift 315?" She ain't saying nothing and said, "That's what I thought," and I get someone else to spot me and go finish my workout. When I'm working home, when I'm walking about trying to go to my car to go home, she comes up to me and starts jawing. I think this is a that was disrespectful because she was a girl and I should apologize for being misogynistic. That's not true at all. I just knew she wouldn't be able to do anything if I was to fail the rep. Yeah, this sounds like a troll, to be honest with you. So, okay. So for those who don't know, what a spotter basically does is they're there to um, essentially help you if you do fail in a rep. They're there to help you lift the bar. There's no reason why you would have to lift the entire weight in order to spot somebody, because the reason why is because you're already trying to do the rep, right? So all they're there to do is provide a little bit more force so you can get it back on the like back on the rack basically. So you can re-rack it. There's no reason why you would need to lift the entire mount to spot somebody. Or because when you're failing in a rep, you don't need a lot of force to basically complete it, essentially. You only need a tiny bit of extra force. Because you're sort of almost there and you just need a little bit more. That's being a dick, quite frankly, because there's no reason why she couldn't have done that. Like if she was just an average girl at a gym, sure, there's no reason why they can't. Yeah, so I think it is more rooted in sexism than anything else. Absolutely, I kind of do agree with that. If it is a real post, it doesn't sound like a real post. I mean, has anyone said that? Maybe I'll have a look, but I mean, I'll put this up. But I have my doubts about this because if you're doing like reps, you probably know that already. And quite frankly, I've met, like, it doesn't say anything about the girl there. I mean, I've met some girls that are a lot stronger than me. Like, you know, I'm sorry, I just have met some girls that have been a lot stronger than me. I that why be coy about that? Hillary's, when I was powerlifting, I had two and sometimes three spotters, one on each end and the third in the center in case I had total muscle collapse. Well, I mean, it seems a bit excessive to me, but I don't think I've done sort of powerlifting on that level. Oh, congratulations. I want to know if anyone thinks this is a 100% this. If your 90-year-old arthritic grandparent can't spot you, you're lifting beyond your range. Yeah, so you're lifting beyond your range, Hillary's. Sorry, Reddit has spoken, and Reddit's never wrong. Deadlift isn't relevant when doing a bench press. Yeah, that's correct. I bench press significantly more than the odd black girl spot me before. Yeah, yeah. So this is what I was saying. Your spotter should never have to apply more than 10 to 20 pounds of force to the bar. Yes, yes. I mean, I don't know what that is in kilo. Uh, look, Wesley, you've said, look, Wesley, I'm really sorry, mate, but you've said stuff before and it hasn't come true. You've asked angels to appear and it hasn't come true. I'm just gonna have to time out you, mate. I really am. I'm so sorry, but I can't. Yeah, I just can't at the moment. I'm very sorry, Wesley. You're going to bench a kebab to your mouth. Sounds like one hell of a workout, Big Bad Mama. I know, Wesley. I love you. I think that I can't. I really want you to be well. Um, what is okay? So I don't know how much this is in kilos. 10 to 20 pounds. So it's 10 to 20. Yeah, 9 kilos. That is nothing. That is absolutely nothing, right? That is almost nothing. So I can deadlift 315, but I'm 5'10. Deadlift Barbie. Yeah, sure. Why not? She's a strong woman. That's fine. That's awesome. 100% on board. 315 pounds. Oh, God damn it. Why don't you people use real measurements? Like, seriously. NASA uses kilograms. 142 kilos. That's a lot of weight. Oops. Yeah. All right. Get rid of that. Um, you're rude. Yeah. Yeah, you're rude. You're the asshole. You're the asshole. You're the asshole and you're 15 or something because spotting is something a child can do. That's actually true. Like 10 kilograms is nothing. Uh, or you been making your poor spotters live every ounce off your body this entire time? Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah. Yeah, you basically lifted way above your weight and then expected your spotters to take the entire weight when you absolutely can't do it. Wow. Yeah, so Reddit just turns on somebody and rips them a new ass. Okay, Reddit, settle down. I engage in monkey style kung fu. Look, whatever works for you, BBM. Whatever works, mate. I've got to get back to the gym. Like seriously, I've been very very slack. I've been very very unmotivated. I do have to get back to the gym. Can smell the toxic man masculinity oozing through my phone screen. Oh, I'm going to give you an upvote just for that. Just for that. All right. Let's see what you said. Yeah, so it basically, yeah, all right. Everybody's horrible. No one's terrible. Okay. All right. Yeah. So from now here, I think we're gonna go and pile onto if Bumblebee's still streaming. I'm gonna call it early, and I think I'm gonna call a raid on Bumblebee. How long's she going for? Okay. So raid. I mean, it's not much of a raid with like seven or so people, but it's a small raid. It's an incursion. It's a small incursion. Well, thank you everybody. I had a lot of fun. Um, yeah, I had a ton of fun. Thank you so much for joining me. Do like and subscribe if you haven't already. Sorry to call this one short, but I love Miss Lemon. I love Bumblebee. And yeah, it's been really interesting. And again, gay community, much support, pride to them. Australian Prime Minister went to the gay Mardi Gras, which is monumental acceptance of all things LGBTQI, and that is fantastic. Um, I really want to thank you all for joining me. Do be kind to yourself and each other. But yeah, you take care of yourselves. Yeah, I'm going to call it early, Maya. I'm going to call it early because Breeze streaming as well, and she's got Miss Lemon on. So I probably chose a bad time, but that's the story of my life, quite frankly. But yeah, do have a great day or morning or evening or whatever you want to do. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time.